Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well today. It is Thursday before Labor Day. I am Pier and I'm the owner and broker in charge of my company. And I am driving up to a really sweet cabin outside of Burnsville on 197 South. I have a set of clients with whom I've worked before, and they are looking for a second home cabin. And that led me to, I always want to keep up with what is going on in the local market, of course, and the national market, and what economists are saying. So there are a few points, I think there'll probably be about 5 that I want to make today, and I hope this information is very useful. So at the national level, June of 2021 saw the highest rate in the increase in the average price per house since the National Housing Association started keeping records in 1987. So the highest rate of appreciation is in June of 2021. So that begs the question, are we going to be in a housing crash? And so I'm putting that word on the table because economists are concerned about the continuing housing shortage. The housing inventory that came on the market this year was really just our seasonal additional inventory, and so we need more inventory. In 2020, there were 6.2 million houses sold, and normally we sell about 5.2, and so we sold 1 million more houses last year. And the other issues, so while we have still some rising prices that are very concerning to economists, and economists are starting to be concerned about the continuing short days on market, here's another pressure that is both a bright spot and a challenge, and that is beginning in 2020 through 2024, economists have been waiting for 38 million new buyers to come into the market. They're what they call replacement buyers. These are new buyers aged 27 to 33, and they are buying. And then the pandemic occurred, of course, and that made the pressures on the housing market much more severe. So we are still in an escalating market in terms of price and a decreasing market in terms of days on market. Economists still believe that if we need more inventory, and we need more inventory, and that will help. If sellers will come on the market, then that will produce more inventory, and that will help stabilize these increasing prices. And there is some concern about that, and I think it's important that we share that. I'm going to show a cabin today that was bought in 2019 for a certain amount and is now listed for 25% more 2 years later. And in all frankness, that is our local 25-mile radius around Asheville market. We have increased 15% plus each year in the last 2 years, 19 to 20 and 20 to 21. So our market really tracks with the national market here in the Asheville and the wider Asheville area. So the last couple of points that I want to make are kind of micro. If you are a seller, or if you are a buyer, here's a couple of things that I want to really strongly say. So this is an opportunity, right? This is still a marvelous opportunity for those of us who've owned our homes for 5+ years, 10 years. We can double our investment at this moment in time. And that's extremely encouraging. And sellers, we still live in a capitalist country, is what I say, even though I lean extremely left. So we have the right to our investment profit, right? But we want sellers to understand, right? And sellers do understand every day. Sellers are understanding this, you guys, that they are offering their homes at a premium price, and that they are making their homes ready for sale. Gone are the days, really the as-is home is for homes that really, really are fixer-uppers. I would say that my experience and the experience of other agents is that sellers are getting their properties ready for market, and they understand, right? So this is the buyer side. They understand that buyers are paying a premium right now. So it's really important. It's important to know that sellers are getting they're concerned. They're concerned about the escalating prices. They want to get their homes sold. Less of them are accepting offers with sight unseen. They want solid transactions. Buyers need to show up with quality pre-approval letters or cash. But guess what? Cash is not always king in this market, because cash can indicate, and an excessive price over list can indicate that that buyer is doing some speculation searching, and that is still happening. That is one sector of the pressure on the market. So this is the last point that I wanted to make, is that there is one state that has outlawed buyer letters because of fair housing issues. And this makes perfect sense to me in that regard. As a philosopher, as an academic, it also makes sense to me because it takes one more personal component, one more emotional component out of what is, for most of us, the most significant investment and business transaction that we will ever make. And so sellers are acting like business people. They have a piece of inventory. They are getting it ready for market. They are looking at qualified buyers, and they are taking their time. We are still in a multiple offer situations. There will be multiple offers on this cabin that I'm going to see today. We are the first showing. It is a glorious day in the mountains of North Carolina. I love you all. Please reach out to me. I would love the opportunity to list your property in West Asheville. That is my place where I love work and play, and I love to show out in the mountains of North Carolina. Please help me help you find yourself in the North Carolina mountains. Love ya.